It's an anime that could have been spectacular, but a certain problem in its production phase made it truly fall from grace. Flip Flappers is the magical girl science fiction adventure anime which aired in late 2016.
The anime is about a middle school student named Kokona who suddenly meets a mysterious and energetic girl named Paprika. She drags her into an organization called Flip Flap, and the rest of the show features the two of them going to different worlds in pure illusion, searching for anamorphous fragments while a rival organization is looking to do the same.
Let's start off with the positives, where though some of my comments on different points may sound repetitive, I'll get to why later on in the review.
To start out with, the animation is really dazzling, especially when Kokona and Paprika enter pure illusion. The animation always matches the mood and are the best when Kokona and Paprika transform into their magical girl forms. The animation also helps with the anime's great use of visual storytelling. It won't tell you what you need to know in some expository scene, but let you figure it out through the simple dialogue and visuals.
It's the type of storytelling that I love the most, especially in animation. That is until episode 8, but I'll get to that later.
The settings and locations were also a lot of fun. Each episode they were always different and very creative. The places that Kokona and Paprika visit in Pure Illusion often tie into the characters' emotions and the character arcs that happen in individual episodes. The best one being about Kokona's upperclassman who has a very tragic past, and the events of the episode result in a heartwarming ending. The twists and turns that the story takes as the episodes go on were great and made you want to know what was going to happen next. The atmosphere is also great in these locations for each episode, putting you in the mood depending on what type of episode it's going to be.
That is until episode 8, but I'll get to that later.
And perhaps the best character arc throughout the entire anime centers around the character of Yayaka. Her conflicting feelings of being Kokona's best friend while also being a part of the rival organization that opposes the organization of Flip Flap, and a relation Kokona and Paprika.
Her backstory and friendship with Kokona was very strong and resulted in a great conclusion for the character. It made watching the anime past episode 8 totally worth it. Lastly, I want to talk about Kokona coming to terms with her sexuality and her feelings towards her new friend, Paprika.
In the first few episodes, the only thing we see of this is just whenever Paprika gets too close to Kokona, she gets flustered and pushes her away. But as the episodes go on, Kokona lowers her defense around her and the two of them grow closer. It's then that we see Kokona's growing feelings towards Paprika, resulting in a very excellent episode 7 which featured this scene which made the feelings very explicit.
That is, once again, until episode 8. As you've probably noticed by now, I've said the words until episode 8 3 times so far in this review. That's because lots of things in the anime change from episode 8 to the end because of one big reason. That being that the main writer left the anime after episode 6 for reasons that I'm not aware of. And boy does that really show starting with episode 8. From this point on, lots of things change, as opposed to the anime's first 7 episodes.
First, there was the loss of the anime's visual storytelling, which turned into more generic storytelling, choosing to have the anime tell the audience about everything besides having the audience figure it out for themselves.
And the events that happen feel strangely similar to the events of the End of Evangelion movie.
The atmosphere was also lost in these last 2 episodes as it decided to do more of its flashbacks in explaining what happened in the past. These moments were confusing and also a bit predictable. The animation also wasn't as good as it was before. What I mean by this is that the actual quality of the animation didn't change, it just wasn't as creative as it was in the first 7 episodes.
And also the most disappointing part of this change in direction was the loss of the plot point of Kokona coming to terms with her sexuality and her growing attraction to Paprika.
Since a lot of plot was happening in these last few episodes, there wasn't any time to continue this plot point and it ultimately didn't go anywhere in the end. By the end, they both say that they love each other, but I needed more concrete evidence of this relationship. And it was getting closer and closer to it throughout the first half, but then almost completely abandoned it in the second half.
In a season that had the now legendary Victor and Yuri from Yuri on Ice, 2 girls kissing in Kiss Him Not Me, and a lesbian couple living together in Magical Girl Raising Project, this anime lost its opportunity to join this group of great queer characters. Finally, the worst part about Flip Flappers was its inclusion of fan service. Now, watching anime for a long time as I have, I know that fan service is unfortunately a part of a lot of anime in this male-dominated industry. And that as I get older and still continue to watch anime, these anime that contain fan service of characters under the age of 18 will bother me more and more.
But it bothers me a lot in Flip Flappers because Coconut and Paprika are middle schoolers. Middle schoolers. It's honestly hard to watch, especially in the painful 8th episode. In this episode, Coconut, Paprika, and Yayaka are in the school-assigned swimsuits throughout the entire episode, and the shots that the anime uses are uncomfortable. How do I describe them? Well, remember those episodes in the first half of Sword Art Online 2nd season where Kirito and Sinon discuss their plan of attack against Def Gun, and for some reason, the camera moves on different parts of Sinon's body for literally no reason whatsoever? Yeah, imagine that, but with middle schoolers.
Even in the excellent first 7 episodes, the fan service is distracting and very uncomfortable for me to watch. In the end, this is a really hard anime to talk about and review. Its first 7 episodes are so good and some of the best I've ever seen, while its last 6 episodes just aren't great in comparison.
They aren't fundamentally bad, these episodes are just perfectly serviceable in the long run. And it does have a sort of nice conclusion, but the last 6 episodes really bored me and really disappointed me. But then again, those first 7 episodes were some of the best I've ever seen, so please understand my struggle here to give it a grade.
Taking everything that I've said into account with its excellent first 7 episodes and okay final 6 episodes, Flip Flappers is a charming anime whose opinion will differ from person to person. In my opinion, I'm glad I watched it, even if it was disappointing by the end. In conclusion, I'm gonna give Flip Flappers a C+. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want me to review something, let me know in the comment section and I might review it. And if you like what you see, you can subscribe to see more. Thanks again for watching. Catch you later.